John, Ash, welcome to Mega Man. I know you want to go with Mega Bay, but Mega Man, I think almost sounds better here. Where, we're done with our top 10 polls for now, at least mostly, because, hey, we're back for another one to celebrate as Ash requested, just because we didn't get the chance to celebrate Mega Man. There's a lot of opportunities for these polls to do other, cover other things. There's a lot of opportunities out there beyond our break, and we're going to definitely take a longer break after this one. But there's a lot of Mega Man games, even if you just stick to the core console / handheld releases. It goes so much further than you'd think. And from my estimation, putting together this poll, 108 different Mega Man games without counting re-releases and the slightly different version of Mega Man on NES to Mega Man on PS1 type thing.
Right.
So yeah, that's where we get our main differences here. A lot of mobile games. So if you ever really wanted to vote for Rockman Slot, who wouldn't want to have slot machines with Mega Man?
I hope there's some slot enthusiast out there. Like, we discussed doing just the mainline games, doing it by series, but that's boring.
You gotta get them all in there.
Right, you gotta get them all in there, right?
Yeah.
And as much as I, love and know Mega Man, I genuinely have no idea how this. I might have a soft idea of maybe the top 3, maybe, but everything else, I have no clue what made it. Like, I don't even know where to begin because there's so many to choose from. So I'm really curious what our community feels are the top 10 Mega Man games.
Yeah. There's a lot of beloved sub-series here too, where like certain people grew up with certain Mega Man, certain Mega Man, and so how does that affect it? How much do people grasp onto that sort of thing? And I gotta say, there's a lot of, especially towards the bottom, there's a lot of really close calls between who got it in. Like, for example, number 10 is only number 10 by 1 point.
Oh, whoa!
Wow.
Beat out number 11 by 1 point.
Nice.
So getting just that close. Now it's probably safe to make assumptions about which sub-series did the best out of all of them, but which ones in that sub-series made it,
Well, and I know there are people out there for whom, like, they grew up with Mega Man Battle Network, and for them, Mega Man EXE is their Mega Man. They haven't played the platformers; they just have played the RPGs, and that's totally cool. Like,
it's don't the best-selling Mega Man now. That collection, the Battle Network one,
right? Exactly. So I don't know where this is all going to land.
Yeah. What's your history with Mega Man? Let's start with John this time, because when did you start playing Mega Man, or how were you introduced to it, John?
Virtual Console was my introduction. I had a friend who was really into it, and he gifted me Mega Man 1 on Virtual Console.
Nice.
And I thought it was so good. Like, it was really different to other NES platformers. You can move left if you wanted to, unlike Mario. And the run and gun nature was just it's an extra layer of strategy. We had think about what you're doing a lot more. And those games, they're easy once you know them, but the first run through, they're actually really difficult.
Oh yeah.
It took me a long time to beat any of the NES Mega Man games. Then naturally went on to X, played a bunch of different Super Nintendo ones, soccer, but then landed on Legends, which I think I really fell in love with Mega Man with Legends, because it was just something so different to everything else, and it's still just gorgeous today.
Yeah.
That's amusingly similar to me. This was when it comes to Legends. So I when I was growing up, I'd have kids magazine stuff, and it felt like there was always these Mega Man advertisements in there, and it'd be for 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm like, good God, how many are there? All of a sudden here's X. I'm like, they're up to 10 already. What's going on with all this? But I never actually picked any of them up until the PlayStation 1 era, where I had a friend who recommended me renting them. So I rented Mega Man 8, got to Wily Castle, couldn't beat it.
Nice.
Got rented, and then I decided to rent Mega Man X4, got to Sigma's Castle, couldn't beat it. It's just too hard. They were just kicking my butt. And these are considered the easy games in this series. So I'm like, oh God. And then that same friend had a certain summer, because he had moved away, and he introduced me to 3 games. One was Resident Evil 2, where I did not understand what I was doing, and I died before I even reached the police station because of that opening shootout. Because I was like, "Oh, I'm supposed to run by him." I didn't know that, so I never made any progress.
Uh-huh.
The second was Final Fantasy VII, which was my introduction to RPGs,
Nice.
and the third was Mega Man Legends, which I absolutely fell in love with. Just
What a trio of games there, though.
I know,
Oh yeah,
right?
God, that's incredible trio.
Like it was the Legends that made it click, and then like for PlayStation 2, I picked up the Legacy, the collections there for for Classic and
The anniversary collections. Yeah.
collections, and that's how I played most of the games for a long time, and
Nice.
then just went from there. What about you, Ash?
For me, so from what I remember is I think I rented Mega Man 2 from Blockbuster. If I remember correctly, that was my introduction. I think
You
I
actually
also
legit played it on NES.
yeah. So I rented Mega Man 2 and I think 1 at some point from Blockbuster. And I loved it, but I was never able to beat them because I was a kid and not as good at games. But then I specifically remember getting Mega Man 3 for Christmas one year. I think I was probably 7, 8, maybe. And that was my first Mega Man game that I owned. And for the longest time, I could not be Shadow Man. Shadow Man was like my block. I could not forever. But I just, ever since playing, I obviously loved 2 and 1 enough to then ask for Mega Man 3 for Christmas. And then ever since then, I've just been a fan. I mean, grew up with Classic and X and Legends, everything. I just been a fan of the Blue Bomber my whole life. And I couldn't even really tell you. Well, I could if we had more time, but like I couldn't even tell you what it was as a kid that had me lock in on Mega Man so much. But ever since playing those classic games, I've just been a huge fan. Mega Man X was a hugely formative game for me. And I just grew up playing, 4, 5, 6, X, X2, Legends, then later Zero, ZX. I've just been there for every single. I honestly, ironically, you've probably played more Mega Man games than me, Derek, only because of your streams where you played like the weird ones, like the Wonder Swan ones, where I played a little bit through the randomizers I was talking about with the Yacht Club folks. And so I played a little bit of the weird ones through the randomizers, but you've probably played more of the weird ones, like the Wonder Swan stuff and the DOS games than I have.
Yeah, gosh, yeah. I have. I decided to do what I did with Castlevania before we get to it, where I played through every single Mega Man game. But rather than what people usually do, is like, let's go through all the classic games, let's go through all the X games. Yeah. I'm going in release order, and it is wild to go in release order,
right?
To see how it all shifts between the different games. Like it's really weird to think about that X7 came out in the middle of all of the Battle Network games and after 0-2 and so forth. And X7, I haven't.
What's that? I haven't heard of it. Mega Man.
Yeah. What is that one?
Yeah.
The crazy thing about Mega Man is that it had a pretty standard release schedule for the first half of its set of games, because I split them up into quarters because there's just so many freaking games. The third quarter, which I'm currently on now, which basically is the Battle Network era, from a full third of the games released that I have on this lineup of games to play from Mega Man takes place between 2002 to 2006.
Yeah, we were eating in the mid 2000s.
There were so many games.
But it's also the reason that there was such a long demise for Mega Man, though. They did so much stuff, and only some of it did well. It's like, well, guess we got to put that back in the fridge for a while.
Yeah,
it's funny that only some of it did well when you had 6 Battle Network games and 4 Zero games, and 2006 you just got the first Star Force, and all the while you had the remakes of Maverick Hunter X and Powered Up and all that. So it is crazy how much he popped up for Capcom at that point.
For a while though, it was fun. Like for me, like during that era, every summer was associated with a new Battle Network game. I was like, okay. Another summer, I got a new Battle Network to dive into and sink my teeth into, and that was a fun time. Even if it did, there was too much Mega Man, if there's such a thing. It was too much all at once, different series. They definitely stretched him a little bit too thin, which is, as you said, John, what kind of led to his temporary, I guess, demise later on in the 2010s. And we've gone now like 7-8 years between games more recently, so it's not like it used to be. But it seems like he's back on the up and up. We got Dual Override coming next year. We've heard there may be new other games in the pipeline, so it seems like Capcom might really be bringing them back, not to the extent.
Oh, they'll never get to the extent of what
No,
they
and that's
were at.
probably for the best. But it seems as though Mega Man really is more or less on the upswing again, which is exciting.
Yeah. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get to the actual top 10 and see what our audience believes are the best Mega Man games out there ever released. And let's begin with number 10 with 942 points. I should also mention we got 708 votes total. So pretty sizable. That's actually more than what Star Fox got.
Okay,
nice. Poll, so
yeah,
quite
10
well.
isn't many spaces. So we got a lot of sub-series here. And the best game in that sub-series is still going to only occupy one ranking here. So it's actually really hard to predict.
Man.
Yeah, you go ahead, Ash. What do you think?
I don't even know where. I don't even know where to begin. You know what? This is a game that I used to be kind of bullish on, but I've really come around on and fell in love with more recently. And I hope it makes a top 10. I'll say Mega Man 8. I love that game. I didn't used to, but I truly love it. I was wrong, and I admit I was wrong. Mega Man 8 rules, and I hope it made the top 10. So I'll say Mega Man 8.
I'll say Game Boy Mega Man 5.
Ooh, good one.
Oh,
good
nice. One. All right. At number 10, John, you at least had a handheld right. It's Mega Man Battle Network 3.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. So I had that at number 6 in my personal ranking. I thought Battle Network 3 would make it a little higher, given how popular Battle Network is. I wonder if there's going to be any more. If that is that the ceiling, because like Battle Network 3 and 6 are the most popular games in that series.
It's going to be a whole list of Battle Network games, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Battle Network 3 at number 10. I mean, I'm glad Battle Network made it because Battle Network rules.
Battle Network has been very interesting to get through. It's actually I'm actually playing Battle Network 3 right now.
Oh, I'm
about halfway through it. I'd say I just finished the N1 Grand Prix. So got that, and it's one of those games, especially playing it in release order, and with just normal order for this, to see how Battle Network has changed and improved upon itself with each game, where you can definitely like Battle Network 1 is fine on its own. But you can definitely, as you get to the next game, they're doing this better. And then you get to 3. I was like, they're doing this better now. And it's just shifting up how it's actually played. And the one thing I wish, God, this game needs a map. This game needs a map so badly.
Yeah.
They're trying to make it more recognizable so you understand where things kind of are in relation. But sometimes it's like, where was it again? You want to bring up a map or anything. But other than that, from the get-go, the Battle Network series and its gameplay has been really solid, very unique. Still maintaining that sort of action RPG sense with how you go across the grid and what you can do with that grid, especially with each passing game. It's I don't know if I'd still put it in my favorite of Mega Man games, but I have an appreciation for the Battle Network series now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, there really haven't been many games that have, even to this day, really replicated what Battle Network did with its gameplay. It's a really unique mix of turn-based and real-time action. And there have been, indie games that have sought to kind of replicate that. I think one's called like One Step to Eden or something.
I was going to say more recently, but One Step from Eden or something like that.
One Step from Eden. But like it hasn't, that has more of a roguelike bent, which is fine. That's doing its own thing. But like there aren't really that many games that have quite managed to replicate what Battle Network did with its gameplay. It's really unique to this day.
Yeah. There aren't that many Mega Man games that deviate from being platformers. So it's cool that it gets just such a different twist for Mega Man. Was this always the most popular Mega Man series? Because I know the collection is the best selling. Was it that?
Yeah, Battle Network in its day was really popular, especially in Japan. Battle Network in its day did really well. Like it spawned like a multi-season anime and everything. Like Mega Man Battle Network really took off in a way that not all Mega Man series have.
And they pushed from starting with 3, they started to have multiple versions like Pokemon, where you had different ships and bosses and things like that to experience, which just again expanded what was available out there. And again, the fact that it's as Ash was saying, every summer a new one, and you could easily play these games until the next one came out because they have massive post games, and if you want 100% these games, you could spend hours trying to get all of it. And I think for old school fans, it's fun seeing the new designs. How do they reinterpret classic robot
the
masters?
Navis. Yeah, and I love Mega Man EXE's design. He just looks super slick, and fans are so hardcore about this series that they engineered an online version of Battle Network 6 that still play competitively to this day.
I heard
even when you go to Evo,
I heard
side
Evo Japan. There was a side tournament with Battle Network 6. So
and fans built their own online for Battle Network 6. That's even before the Legacy Collection. That's crazy. It's super cool to see what fans have done, and there's a huge competitive scene. Well, huge, obviously, relatively, but if you're into it, it's pretty big, and it's cool to see that people still love and play Battle Network competitively. I would not be surprised if Capcom was working on a revival for Battle Network, especially given the series of the Legacy Collection.
Right. Have you played Battle Network, John?
I've dabbled, but I've not made it to 3. No.
Okay. The funny thing that's consistent with the series that always just shocks me before we move on is the real threat of danger that always happens here is like, we set all this up and we trapped the weirdest thing. We set up a washing machine for everybody that then traps them in bubbles. But if the bubble turns red, and that means it's out of time and it's going to explode and kill everybody within those bubbles. Or, hey, we got control of a dam. We're going to just unleash the dam water and flood the entire town.
Well, it is funny how a little bit almost Kojima-like, it was predictive of the future because this was before these games came out, before everything was online. But now in the current day, your refrigerator is internet enabled, and if it goes down, you can't use your fridge. And like these games had this character going in and jacking into washing machines, as you said, Derrick, to fix bugs because everything was internet connected before the real world got there. So they were a little bit, in a weird way, predictive.
It is weirdly predictive in a lot of aspects.
It's weird,
you would not expect it, but it's there. It's again fun to look back on. In the modern sense. So I'm definitely enjoying my time with Battle Network 3. It's probably going to place higher in my personal ranking than 1 or 2. As far as that, it will make my personal top 10. Not sure yet, but it's a fun version. But that is our number 10 Mega Man game with Battle Network 3. Let's move on to our number 9 game, beating out Battle Network 3 by 122 points.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Big jump.
Bit of a jump.
Yeah. This isn't going to be right, but I'm just going to throw it out there because I want to say it out loud for those in the back. Star Force, is now getting its flowers. It didn't for a long time. It now is. 1 is good, 2 is meh, but 3 is legitimately one of the best Mega Man games ever. So I'm just going to throw it out there. Maybe by some miracle, Mega Man Star Force 3 made it into the top 10 because it deserves to be in the top 10. So I'm wrong, but I'm throwing it out there.
I'll go with Mega Man 9.
All right. At number 9, John, it's Mega Man 9.
Really? Yeah. That's crazy. Nice. Well done. That's crazy.
This was a really, really cool one as well. I know there's criticisms that it's basically Mega Man 2 too. But it was really, really cool with its gimmicks. I love, the stage where you're underwater and you can just jump infinitely over everything. You've got a lot of really cool weapons. You've got that gravity stage. We have portals that you're zipping in and out of.
Oh yeah,
it's a game that looks very familiar, but is actually full of a lot of really cool ideas.
It was revolutionary at the time because isn't this the first retro revival type thing that kicked off the whole thing for the online stores at the time.
Yeah,
because
Mega Man 9 was the game that ushered in that whole Neo 8-bit revolution. Yeah,
I'm sure there are others out there, but this is the first big one. Yeah.
And this came after almost a decade of no classic games. Mega Man 8 came out many years before. Now I can't remember exactly how many, but it was like almost a decade.
Mega
Some
Man 8
people
came out
thought
in
Classic was done.
96.
Yeah, exactly.
In
Yeah.
Japan, I should
Yeah.
mention. It was
So
2008 for Mega Man 9, so 12-year gap.
yeah, so people thought classic Mega Man was just done, and then here he is again in another 8-bit style game, and this was when they handed the keys to the castle to Inti Creates,
Mhm.
who developed Mega Man 9 and 10, and both of which are fantastic games. As you kind of mentioned, John, my main criticism of 9 is that it's basically just Mega Man 2 Part 2,
Mhm.
and Mega Man 2 is not my favorite Mega Man game personally, which is, I know it's crazy because a lot of people say 2 is the best. But it's still an incredibly tightly designed game, amazing soundtrack. I just like that Inti Creates got to be a little bit more creative and stretch their wings with Mega Man 10 instead of being beholden to trying to replicate Mega Man 2. But like, no, 9 is a great game that's so easy to go back and replay. It's such a tight experience. All the weapons, the Robot Master weapons, are so well designed. They all have their uses. Like I said, the soundtrack slaps. I mean, I'm not surprised to see Mega Man 9 in the top 10 at all, and it's
Yeah.
deserved.
Very
Yeah.
fond of the black hole weapon that just sucks in everything.
It is nice.
Yeah,
This might be the most have the most utility of any set of Robot Master weapons that you get in any game. Like they are universally just useful in so many situations. I really do have to commend the game for that. It's funny though, the last time I played this was when the Legacy Collection 2 came out, so that's about 6-7 years now.
Oh yeah.
Since I last played it, and I remember being a little sour on it when I went back to it, because I remember enjoying it the first time, and then coming back, it's like I miss my slide, I miss my charge shot, I miss
That was one of the things I don't
miss
love
these
about 9.
aspects to it.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, they made the levels interesting in other ways for how you went through them, but there felt like there was something missing, and it felt like it was almost meaner than the other games than than what the difficulty was of those older games. It's like they decided to ramp up the difficulty much more, and I was like, I'm very curious to go back to it during the marathon. It's gonna be a while, but I'll think about the revisit when I get to it. But I remember being just a little sour on it. Still recognize it's good points, because I mean it's not bad by any means. It's a lot of fun, and again, incredibly influential.
But I do agree though. I think they overcorrected removing the charge shot and especially the slide. 11 proved that you can make a challenging Mega Man game while still including those moves. And you can make an argument for sure. Like one of my favorite classic games is Mega Man 5. But in that game, the charge shot is overpowered. I totally admit that. And you can make an argument for that. But I think the slide is like a key part of what Mega Man can do. And like you could dodge attacks and stuff. And I think removing the slide especially was overcorrecting a bit. It just felt like maybe that was going too far in removing all the abilities Mega Man has.
And you kind of got it back thanks to the playable Proto Man DLC at the time, and then you just included now with the Legacy collections. But then that's a harder version because he's so much weaker.
Double damage. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So,
but no, Mega Man 9 is a great game. I'm not surprised to see it in the top 10.
Yeah.
Yep. Makes sense. All right. Mega Man 9 at number 9. So let's move on to our number 8 Mega Man game, beating out number 9 by 50 points.
Okay. Still a bit of a gap there.
A little bit. There's some that are closer than others. It's basically in the 50-point range for the most time, and then there's some other bigger jumps.
Mm-hmm.
So this personally made my top 10, and I know, Derrick, you are a fellow appreciator of this game, and I think it's aged very well. So I'm going to hope our community agrees. I'm going to say Mega Man 6. Ooh. I know you also appreciate this game a lot, Derrick, and so
it's my favorite for a long time.
6 is really good, and I don't think it quite gets the credit it deserves. So that was like when people were saying, like game journalists saying, oh, they've run out of creativity. No, they haven't. Mega Man 6 rules, man. So I'll say Mega Man 6.
It's the best version of Rush.
Yeah, honestly, I love the jet and the power suit. So cool. Yeah.
What do you think, John?
I'll say Mega Man 5 Game Boy again, and if it's not here, I'll stop saying it.
Okay.
All right. At number 8, Mega Man 11.
I
Really?
was
Okay.
thinking of maybe
Yeah.
saying this. I
Okay.
wasn't sure if it'd actually make it or not, to be honest, though.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
Yeah, because
I
as
think
great as it is, I'm not sure the legacy has really been there for it.
you don't hear it talked about as much as the others, and
Yeah.
yet it is our
It sold
best selling
really
Mega.
well. Yeah.
You know? Yeah. That's why it was always felt so crazy that we never got a follow up for a long time, because this did do so well, and it felt like a good basis to build upon. So it'll be interesting to see how dual override handles that. But yeah, honestly didn't expect it, but I'm not upset about it being here, because there's a lot of good things about Mega Man 11.
Yeah, Mega Man 11 is really just good in general. It's very solid. It's just a very solid, tightly designed, well designed game. I think my main issue with it, and I reviewed it back at the old place, and I said this at the time, it's just a little bit too safe. Like I feel like it's just a very safe Mega Man game. There are no, like I like stuff like in 5, 6, and 7, the alternate paths, the hidden items, stuff that you can go off the beaten path for. And Mega Man 11 doesn't really have any of that. It's just very, you play the game, there's one route through every stage. There's barely a Wily Castle in this one. It's like 2 stages, and then the others are just the boss free fights and then the final boss. So I feel like it's just a little bit safe, but it's still very good. It's just it doesn't really stand out to me in any way necessarily.
Yeah,
I think its dual gear system helps a lot.
Yeah.
But go ahead, John. You had to,
I was going to say about that too. I think that does a lot of heavy lifting in making the game interesting. Like there's lots of really cool gimmicks, like you're like being chased down, you've got to slow down time and things like that. Like that stuff's cool. One of my big gripes with 11 is visually, it's very tile based, and it kind of looks like it could be made in a level editor. And I think if you squint your eyes, you can imagine it being 8-bit with how it looks. It's just very plain looking, and I'm not a huge fan of that.
It's funny, in our trailer analysis, I was talking about how much I loved Mega Man's design in 11, and I did, and I still do. But we did a side-by-side comparison between how he looks in 11 and then in Dual Override, and he looks so much cooler in 12. And I can't wait, just because he looked so cool in 11, but now I was like, wait, I didn't know what I was missing. And now seeing his new design in Dual Override, I'm like, make that design the design for Smash going forward, like everything. He looks so cool in that game.
Yeah. 11 was nice to me visually, just because, oh, thank God we're getting away from 8-bit. Because 7 and 8 have proved that Mega Man Classic can look absolutely freaking gorgeous, and I wanted to get to that. Like, it's okay,
same.
Cool that we had a nice retro throwback with 9. Let's move forward with 10, and it didn't happen. And I think that's why 10 feels like it's good, but almost a retread in a lot of ways.
Right.
So having 11 push forward, and then thankfully Dual Override continuing that, really hoping they can push it visually. I don't think it's going to get as crazy as 8, for example, with all the effects it does. But I like to see where it's going to go there. But 11 does serve as a good basis. I remember it blowing my mind. I was having so much trouble with, I think it was Torchman stage, running from that damn fire for so long.
Yeah.
And then I saw somebody else's playthrough, because I didn't play it until the other stage until afterwards, where the ice robot master, and you use their superpowered form, and bam, just freeze the fire coming at you. And it makes it so much easier. It's like, that's really cool. And I like how thanks to the gear system, you get a little bit of Mega Man X in there with how you get powered up versions of the Robot Master weapons. So there was a nice ebb and flow to that. And I liked how people can challenge themselves to, like, I'm not going to use the gear system, I'm just going to beat it normally. And people could do that. So I think it had a good balance of something for new, something for old. It just needed a little bit more there, I think.
And one other cool thing 11 introduced that I hope Dual Override continues is that Mega Man doesn't just change colors for different weapons. Like, he actually has, more like Mega Man Battle Network, like he has different designs, not just colors, but like he has cool flourishes to his design per weapon.
That made it a lot of fun.
Yeah, so I hope Dual Override continues that, because I mean, it's cool as it is to see him change colors. I really like that they had physicality elements to his design for each weapon that were different. It's
also kind of nice for people who, like, okay, what color was this weapon? You have the design flourish tell you, like, as you're swapping quickly through. It's like, oh, it's this one. Okay, cool.
Plus, you could swap weapons with the right stick, which I thought was really cool.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh
right.
yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
That was nice. So yeah, Mega Man 11 at number 8. So let's go ahead and continue on to see what our number 7 Mega Man game of all time is. Beating out 11 by 132 points.
Dang.
So a little bit of a jump again.
Yeah.
Man,
I have no
go ahead,
faith in this, but I'll say powered up. I don't think it's going to show though.
okay.
Hmm.
I'll throw out another one that I have a lot of love for that I don't think is going to show up in the top 10. Just to mirror you, John. And this is personally this is maybe my favorite classic game, but I don't think other people love it as much as I do. I'm going to say Mega Man 7.
All right.
Oh, okay.
I love this game to death.
I've definitely got an appreciation for it over the years. But okay, let's get to number 7. Number 7 is on the Super Nintendo, but it's not Mega Man 7.
Okay.
It is Mega Man X2.
I almost said X2. That was my original guess. That's so funny. That was going to be my original guess. Yeah.
I thought
okay.
this would be a lot higher.
See, this one shocked me. I did not expect X2 to make it at all because usually when I hear people praise X games, it's 1 and it's 4. I don't hear 2 as much. So 2 being here when it's a perfectly fine follow-up to X1, I did not expect it.
X2 is a really good game that I feel like kind of gets forgotten because it's like Mega Man X is one of the GOATs, right? And then X3 was good, but maybe a little bloated. But I feel like X2 and then people love X4. And I feel like X2 kind of gets lost in the conversation a little bit. It's a really, really good game and just a damn good sequel.
Yeah. I was expecting the back half of this list to largely be X games, and I thought we'd get X1, X4, X2. But it is still a really great game that just kind of has its identity a little bit lost by being in the middle of everything else.
Yeah,
for sure. I've been personally ranking each of the Mega Man games as I beat them. I wanted to take a look at where X2 was because I remember it being a little bit higher than I would have thought initially, and it's currently my number 11 favorite Mega Man game of the ones I've played through the course of the stream series. So I'm like, yeah, it is just fun. There are a lot of memorable elements for it. Wheel Gator, for whatever reason, sticks out in my mind the most as far as the Mavericks. Very memorable stage, very memorable boss fight, and it's a solid follow-up. I think the enhancements to X are a little more difficult to find this time around. They're a little bit more esoteric with where they hide them, but it's not as bad as some other games that come later, which I think, yeah.
Well, and you also have, and as Natalie kind of mentioned, you have the X Hunters introduced in this, and they kind of break up the game flow in a way that isn't always necessarily positive. Like, I like what they were going for, where you have to recover Zero's parts, but they can kind of just break things up in a way that just kind of messes up the flow of the game. And especially when you're not prepared for them, or you're a little underpowered, or you don't know their patterns, when you try to fight one of them without any upgrades, it can be really frustrating. And you don't know which stages they're going to warp into each time. So I get what they were going for, and I appreciate the vision, but maybe the execution was, and we would see that again with X3 with Bit and Byte as well. And I feel like maybe the execution could have been a little better on that front.
Yeah. I do remember not avoiding them like I did in the past. So that when I did the recent playthrough, and I just went for them, and I found the fights actually quite fun because I wanted to see how they changed. I knew their boss fights were different from the initial fights to when you fight them in Sigma's castle.
Right. And it gives you replay value too, because if you don't beat them the first time and you have to actually fight Zero at the end, you want to see what happens if you do recover all of Zero's parts, and so you get a bit of two different endings there slightly, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And one neat thing about X2 as well is, I don't know if you guys had seen, but in the speedrunning community, they completely blew open X2 recently. Because if you remember, the final stage is Magna Centipede stage. And then you have a new Zero opens up a new route, and you fall into the basement, and you fight the final boss. So someone figured out recently how to break the game where you just go to Magna Centipede stage and you can just get down to the final boss in the first instance of that stage. And it was something no one knew how to do for like decades. And they finally broke open X2. and figured
Wow.
out how to access the final boss the first time you go to Magnus Infinite
That's
stage.
rad.
Pretty cool
That's
stuff.
really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So yeah, a lot more appreciation for X2 than I would have thought. So I'm quite impressed with that one.
Yeah,
So
nice to see it.
Mega Man X2 at number 7. Let's go ahead and get to our number 6 Mega Man game of all time, beating out X2 by 44 points.
I don't even know where to go from here.
I don't know, man. It could just be nothing but mainline and X from here on. But I'll put one more sub-series in with Zero.
Yeah. So you're saying 0-1?
Just 0-1.
I was thinking 0-2, or sorry, 0 as well.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't. Battle Network 6 is so popular. I wonder if maybe 3 wasn't the ceiling for this series. So,
Try it.
you know, I'll throw out Mega Man Battle Network 6 for this one.
All right. At number 6, it's back to classic with Mega Man 3.
Okay.
Oh,
Not surprised.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought 3 would be a little bit higher. Because I think
I thought it
two's
would be 2. I'm
probably
not surprised to see it in
happen.
the top 10, but I did think it would be higher. Yeah.
2's probably going to happen because it always happens. But
Yeah.
It
I
does
think
always happen.
3's got its problems, but I think it's a more interesting game than 2.
I think so too, personally.
Yeah.
I've always been on the 3 side of the 3 versus 2 debate. Yeah.
Well, I like what 3 adds to the series. Like it's how you get Rush, you get the slide, you get the charge shot in that one as well, right?
No, that's 4.
4 is that okay?
Yeah.
I'm introduced to 4. I couldn't quite remember, but yeah, just having the slide there, it opens up the movement possibilities. And 3 is a weird one where it's a lot of fun going through the Robot Masters. It's a lot of fun going through Wily's Castle.
Yeah.
It sucks fighting the Dock Robots.
The Dock Robot
Yes, it
stages
does.
just wreck the flow of that game for sure.
Yeah. But,
And I'm always here for longer classic Mega Man games, but I think there's a way. Like I love 5 and 6 for having 2 different castles, right? Or 4, 5, and 6. They have 2 different castles, and I think that's really fun. And I'm here for longer classic Mega Man games, but the Dock Robot stages ain't it.
right.
They were just trying to figure out. The thing is, I think they could have been so much better if they weren't in the Dock Robots, if they were just their sprites there. They have their sprites, they lower into them. Why not just fight the classic sprites? I think that would be, 1, cooler and more recognizable, and 2, a lot easier to dodge.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like the Dock Robots feel unfair, right? The fights feel unfair. Their sprites are so big. The collision damage is so high. They just don't. Yeah, it really, they wreck the balance and the pacing of Mega Man 3.
Yeah, but the core game before all that stuff is really, really solid.
Yeah.
You got some of the best stage themes in the series, I think. There's some really, really cool
yeah.
ones in there. All the Robot Masters are awesome. The powers are all good. Like, there's before the ending, there's very little to dislike about 3.
And the Wily Castle, once you get there, is a good one. Like it's a lot of fun. We get Rush, as you said, Derrick. You get Proto Man. This is Proto Man's introduction into the series. That's a big deal. And there's also some cool, development tools left over that the player can access if you plug in a player 2 controller and hold certain buttons. You can like enable like a space jump, like a moon jump, and other silly things. It feels like you're using a Game Genie without actually having a Game Genie. So
I didn't know that stuff. That's
I
really
didn't know that
cool.
either.
Oh yeah, if you plug a player 2 controller and hold certain buttons, you can you get immortality. You can like mess with the game speed. Yeah, there are dev tools that are left over in the final game.
And that's only in 3 and no other ones?
Only in 3.
Dang.
Weird.
Yeah,
never knew that one. If I remember correctly, 3 was also the one with Wily's Castle being extremely easy. Like they just fed you.
Yeah.
Why am I blanking on that? The
E-tanks and
E-tanks. Thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Like there are a couple of hard bosses, like the Yellow Devil MK3 is kind of tough, but like generally, they just feed you E-tanks and you can just brute force your way through it.
Yeah. So it's a strange paced game for sure.
Yeah.
But I think it's a solid and very it's a solid follow-up to 2 that really does feel like it's advancing the series. And that's what I like about going through the series through there, is I like seeing more and more evolutions come about, like how they expand
For sure.
upon it. It's just this very simple idea at the very beginning.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a good time. I think I am one that would put 3 over 2 though. Personally.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Same.
So let's go ahead and get to our top 5 Mega Man games.
Dang.
And number 5 beat out Mega Man 3 by 26 points.
So pretty close. This is personally in my top 5, and I'd be surprised to see it not chart. So I'll go ahead and throw out Mega Man 03.
5 isn't a whole lot of spaces, is it?
No, it is not.
We still got Mega Man 2, Mega Man 4, Mega Man X, Mega Man Legends. Like, it fills up fast, man. I think Legends 1 is going to rank higher than Legends 2. Not because of necessarily quality, just because of the way things are. So I'll say Legends 2 here.
Okay.
All right. At number 5, Mega Man Legends. Just one.
Oh.
Oh, you were so close, John.
Maybe Legends 2 will rank high.
Wow. Are we going to get both Legends games in the top 5?
Have to see.
That's crazy.
But
okay. I mean, what can you say about Legends? It's so charming. It's wonderful. Yeah. I love this game.
The Legends series is my favorite of all Mega Man still to this. I honestly can't see anything topping it. And I do personally prefer 2 over 1 just because of how it expands things and the more global track.
Me too.
But you also get that cozy feel of Legends, having just that one island to explore and really getting to know its people. This is the Mega Man game you recommend to people who are just not able to get into the other Mega Man games.
Right.
Like, we need this legacy collection so badly because I think if people were actually able to play it, they would fall in love with it.
Yeah.
And 1, 2, and Tron is enough for a collection. If you want to put the 3 demo in there, but it's fine as it is. And this is a game where like you have to accept that it's of its era a bit, but once you do that, you are gonna be totally fine. Like, it's got tank controls. I think that's really the big shortcoming they have to sort of overcome. And then once you're there, it's fantastic. The vibes are unparalleled. Still looks beautiful. The music's extraordinary. Just jump on a car in the middle of town, let it carry you around, listen to the music.
Yeah.
There's no beating that.
And, given the amount of frankly, and I mentioned this in my review, the incredible amount of detail and love they put into the Star Force Legacy Collection, I could see them doing the same for Legends and like adding twin stick controls to Legends 1, perhaps, like really remaking these games in a really detail oriented and loving way that would just be transformative. As you said, the first game has tank controls and you have to reckon with that in 2026, but in a potential collection they could just make them have modern controls or at least optionally, and have that option.
I mean, they did that for Croc.
Right.
Yeah.
And that would
if Croc can do it.
Exactly.
Capcom can do it. Yeah.
And just these games also, this was Legends 1 especially came out in like the dark ages of like PlayStation localization where they weren't always localized very well. The voice acting was kind of crappy. That not true for Mega Man Legends. They went all in.
Some of
the
the
voice
best
acting
in the
is so good.
It is
the character models, the faces, they're so good.
It is such an anomaly when compared to all the other Mega Man games that we put out on PS1. Like, how did they get this one so right when you compare it to 8 and X4 and so forth, and the bad translations of X5 and 6 and whatnot? It's
even
just like
over the Capcom games, like compared to Resident Evil's voice acting, Legends is in a whole different league. Even if you didn't grow up with this game, I think you'll find it really nostalgic because it's that sort of 90s era of anime acting where they hadn't really established what an anime voice is yet. And so it was just like this really high energy, natural voices. Everyone just sounds really nice and cool.
Yeah. It makes you fall in love with these characters. Like I love Roll. This is my favorite version of Roll. Tron is amazing. Teasel is my absolute favorite character. I just wish his voice actor wasn't a piece of crap. That's the worst part. It's like, if we ever do get Legends, we have to find a sound alike because that the way he screeches at times is
so
amazing.
Good. Boy, yeah. and the serve bots and the relationship between Mega Man and Roll. And as Jaden mentions and reminds us, the only game in the franchise where Mega Man can look at dirty magazines.
True.
Legends had such a fun sense of humor. I think in Legends 2 you can accidentally walk in on Roll changing because you know in this continuity, to be clear, they're not siblings in this continuity.
No, they're not
childhood friends that are romantically into each other, but like it just has such a fun sense of humor, right?
Well, it's not in the game itself, but in the demo for Legends 2, I believe it might have been only in the Japanese demo, where Tron has this fantasy of her and Mega Man running together hand in hand, laughing happily because she has that crush, and then Mega Man's just firing off into this, and she hears screams as he's like, "Yay! They're slaughtering everybody as they're running together in happiness."
Legends has such a fun sense of humor and just such a fun personality that is not replicated in any other subseries.
Was it Legends 1 or 2 that had Resident Evil 88 or something like that?
I think that was maybe 1.
Yeah.
Which is, you'd find old games like, oh, it's for Resident Evil 88. Or they knew.
That was one, I think. Yeah. We've been talking a lot about the story and the world, and I think they are the stars of the show, but the gameplay is still really great. It's very Zelda-esque, going into dungeons, you're like trying to pathfind your way through. There's a lot to love just when it comes to the moment to moment too. Like it's great. It's great.
And if you want to upgrade everything, it'll take quite a while to get all that. A bit more grinding, but you don't need to grind it all. You just find a weapon you really like and go for that, and just see how it expands. And all the little side games that you can do is a lot of fun. Like it is the coziest Mega Man experience by far.
Yeah. And I'm also reminded by my Discord avatar that you can also optionally become bad Mega Man and commit crimes in the first game. Commit crimes and like his shade of blue becomes darker and darker. And I love how they characterized him in Mega Man X Dive with sunglasses. It's like so ridiculous. Yeah.
There's no benefit to being a jerk though, because it just raises the price of everything.
Exactly. But the fact that you can even do it is emblematic of what makes Legend so special.
Just give me the Legends Legacy. I spent $100 on Legends 2. Don't regret it in the slightest. And I will buy that Legacy collection in a heartbeat. So
I'd be shocked if they weren't working on it.
Or it has to be.
They have no choice. They're running out.
If they did
unless they go for the weird games,
they're not gonna not do Legends, right? Like if I was originally part of like the thought that like they're not going to do Star Force or Legends, but they did Star Force, and so I feel like if they did Star Force
feels like it needs a lot more effort than what Legends will need. But maybe I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
but love this game. If you haven't played it before, technically you can still, if you have a PlayStation 3, you can still get it. You just need to get that PlayStation money for it. Yeah. So there is that. But otherwise, pick it up when a Legacy collection comes out, and then you can feel the rest of our pain when about Legends 3 not being a thing.
I know.
All right, well, let's move on to our number 4 Mega Man game, beating out, and here's where we start getting some jumps, beating out Legends by 418 points.
Wow,
honestly,
that's
shocking.
That's a big gap.
Top 4 really took off. Like the gaps start getting pretty big.
Yeah,
man. I mean, like I said before, 03 is in my top 5, and I feel like it's one of the best Mega Man games ever. But I'm starting to think our community doesn't agree, or maybe just hasn't played the Zero games as much. So I don't know. Well, I'll throw out 03 because one more time because I think that's the ceiling for this game, because we still have Mega Man 2, we have Mega Man X, and Mega Man X4.
Yeah.
So 03 should be here, but if it is here, this is the ceiling for it, in my opinion. So I'll say Mega Man 03 one more time.
I'll throw just regular old Mega Man 2 out there. I don't think it is the best, but it is most popular.
It is, yeah, it's really popular. Yeah.
All right. At number 4, Mega Man 03.
Oh, I got it. Hell yeah. Okay. Nice.
There you are.
Okay.
This is one I can't really comment on because I haven't gotten there yet. I've only ever played the original 0, but I have heard that 03 is kind of the peak. Like 03 was almost supposed to be the ending, and then they decided to throw in another game with 4, and 4 is good, but not quite to the same level.
3 is definitely the peak of the Zero series. I mean, all the Zero games are. I mean, the bottom is they're good. 0-1 is the worst, but it's still a good game. But 0-2 is great. 0-3 is phenomenal, and 0-4 is also really great. So, but 0-3 is definitely the apex of the series, and I think one of the best Mega Man games ever. It's just the game flow is unparalleled. It's a game where you can just sit down with it, even if you're not playing it for the story. Just play through the levels, and they're all so well designed. Zero's weapons are so fun to use. The bosses are cool. The music is great. It's just a damn good video game, and it's one of the best action platformers ever, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the whole Zero series is just cool. It's such a cool deviation from like the Mega Man X style, and it kind of the Game Boy Advance didn't have a Mario of its own really, outside like spin-offs and things, and so you had like Sonic and Mega Man picking up the slack for platformers. And it really just gave you that sense of style and aura, and yeah, they just got better and better.
Yeah, I can only speak on 0-1 so far, but I mean I love the redesign of Zero for these games.
Yeah,
I love the art style of these games. I love the power that you feel, the fact that you slice the enemies and they'll just fall apart. They have those slice marks where you can.
And in the Japanese version, they have like robot blood that spurts out too.
Send out that oil.
Yeah. But no, I was actually going to mention the art style because Derrick, I know you're just as big a fan as I am of Toru Nakayama's art style for Mega Man Zero. And I don't know what it is about it, but he like managed to create this perfect blend of like almost chibi cute style, but also really dark and cool, right? It's like this really cool blend of like cute, but also badass. And I love Zero's design, as you said.
It's almost chibi cyberpunk.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And also what Zero does really well is and you wouldn't think about this for Mega Man or platformers in general, probably, but storytelling. Like if you're really deep into Mega Man lore, the Zero series expands on the X lore and really makes things go full circle with the X series by the end in a way you wouldn't expect. Like there's a lot of character development for X and Zero in the Zero series that like really rewards Mega Man lore nerds. It's really cool.
Yeah, because we'll never learn what happened in the transition from classic to X, but you find out the transition, of beyond that, and actually tells a complete story across its 4 games, which I think the only other games to do that are Battle Network and
Star Force,
I think.
Yeah. They are the only game. Those 3 series are the only ones to date that have like proper endings. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it benefits massively from that. I think why it sticks out so memorably for a lot of people, because you have this really solid, really exciting gameplay. Because people love playing as Zero during the X games whenever they got that chance to just make it a whole game about it, which was Inafune's baby to begin with. So that was, don't have to pull his arm for that one. It just worked, and I'm excited to get to 0-3. It's going to be a bit. It's going to be a bit because I think I have to get through the entirety of Battle Network. First. Okay, so I'll be playing 0-3 after Battle Network 4.
Okay, so you're going to go from crap to peak because Battle Network 4 is terrible.
And after 0-3 is command mission. So
okay. But one other thing I got to call the Zero series for, I love what they did to X, like the whole digital Jesus thing, like Cyber G, like so cool. What a cool character turn and development for X.
Yeah, it feels like a proper end for him, an evolution of him.
Yeah.
Compared to what we got, but yeah. It's one I haven't played yet. Looking forward to it, and cannot wait to see why it's so beloved. So, yep.
Yeah, just don't give up on the series after Battle Network 4. It's just really bad.
I got through Castlevania: The Adventure, and that was early on, so I can handle whatever Battle Network 4 tosses at me. The only problem is it's longer.
Right.
Anyway, let's get to our top 3 Mega Man games. And
man,
we'll see what made that list. And number 3 beat out 0-3 by 360 58 points.
Okay. I feel like we're only down to 3 possible games here, really.
What do you think?
One of which I don't agree with. I'm just going to say it. Mega Man 2, I think, is overrated. It's not in my personal top 10, but everyone loves it. Everyone says it's the best Mega Man game. I hope it's at number 3 because I don't think it should be higher than that given the other games we have left. So I'm going to put out Mega Man 2 because I hope that it's not higher.
There's a chance this could just be X games in the top 3.
Well,
I think
what would be? I mean, the ones I'm thinking of are X and X4. What X3? You think?
maybe.
Oh man, I would be shocked to see X3 make it to the top 3, but
Yeah.
maybe, yeah.
But I'm going to defy that logic and say this is Legends 2.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
Wild card
All right.
pick. I like it.
Let's do it. At number 3, Mega Man 2.
Nice. Okay. Phew. I'm just glad it's not number 1. I would have been so salty if it was number 1.
It is a good game. It is a very good game.
It's very
Yeah.
good. It is an excellent sequel that builds upon what the original did and just gives it, well, really just firmly establishes everything you really know about Mega Man before he gets the additions of 3, 4, and 4 bring to the table.
Yeah.
But 2 does so much.
My issue with Mega Man 2 is I think it gets glazed too much. I think like the front half of the game, the Robot Master stages, immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect game design. Amazing. But the Wily Castle, I'll replay a Mega Man 2 and when I get to the Wily Castle, I'm just like, ugh. I have to deal with the boo beam trap. I have to deal with the stages with the fake floors and I don't like the Wily Castle. I don't like the back half of it. I just don't ever want to play it when I get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is its biggest issue by far. It's just things are just a little too specific in ways that you could definitely see that this is where they were figuring out how to handle the Wily Castle since you had more of a thematic thing with it. It's I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking there. Maybe it was just time crunch. Was like, all right, we have these ideas. We didn't really get a chance to test how well it works.
Right.
We can get through it. We only had 3 months, whatever.
Press play to Jason says whoever designed the boo beam trap deserves to be on a list, and I don't disagree. That's
going to be our next top 10. Our top 10 least favorite,
horrible.
Specifically developers.
Yeah.
Just trying to go through the credits, figure out who did what.
It's your fault.
Yeah, but at the same time though, I got to give Mega Man 2 its flowers because without Mega Man 2, we might not have Mega Man today. Like Mega Man 1 wasn't commercially successful. And 2 was, and that's what built
2. I think is still up there as one of the most commercially successful Mega Man games.
Yeah. I mean, it's iconic. The opening with the skyscraper where you go up and you see Mega Man on the top. Every level's iconic. I think even when you go through the series and you gain new abilities like the slide and the charge shot, it's still very easy to go back to 2 because the level design is just it's in such perfect marriage with all the abilities you have. And there's ways to cheese it. Like some abilities are definitely a lot stronger than others.
Yeah,
the
metal blade. Yeah,
the metal blade specifically.
But I think that also is metal blades. I think helps newcomers get into Mega Man 2 and makes it their favorite because you have this really powerful ability that gets you through most issues. That's really nice to have.
Yeah.
I think part of the reason 2 has gotten some pushback, still loved, of course, still recognized, is because it's the only reference for so many times in crossovers. You get Mega Man in something else. What are you going to represent him by? You're going to put in Wily Castle 1 song, and you're going to put in the Wily Castle 2 Wily Castle from Mega Man 2. And there's your representation.
It's always 2 or so often 2, and that just gets so tiring, right?
It's basically like Green Hill Zone. Great level.
Yeah.
Don't need to see it all the time.
Yeah.
You say Mega Man 2 is the Green Hill of Mega Man.
Yes. It kind of is.
I mean, that's part of why I was so excited.
Fine, very establishing, but
yeah. I mean, that's part of why I was so excited when he was revealed for Smash, not just him being in, but also like it wasn't just Mega Man 2 moves, right? He got stuff from 2, but he also had stuff from like 5, 6, 8, 7. Like I was so glad they didn't just pull from 2 because everything else, whenever Mega Man appears in something, it always seems to be just from 2. And it's like there are so many other games to pull from. But but 2 definitely deserves its, legendary status in other ways. Obviously, the soundtrack. I mean, Wily Castle 1 has become one of the most legendary songs in all of video game music, right? So, and they try to recreate or replicate that energy with Mega Man 9's Wily Castle theme, or the first one, and I think they mostly got there, but it's just you can't replace that song.
Oh no. That's almost impossible at this point. In spite of there just being so many good Mega Man tracks. But yeah, two absolutely deserves its flowers. It would not be here. It does so many things right. Just not my favorite.
Yeah, same.
All right. Well, let's get to our number 2 Mega Man game, beating out Mega Man 2 by 420-ish points.
That's a pretty big gap.
Was
okay.
not even close.
This is just regular Mega Man X, I think.
I think this has to either be X or X4, is what I'm thinking. I know how I feel. My number 1 Mega Man game of all time is Mega Man X. And X4 is up there. It's in my top 10, but it's not my number 1. So I'm gonna hedge my bets on the community agreeing with me that X4 is great, but it's not as great as X. So I'm gonna say X4.
All right. And John, you're saying X?
Mm-hmm.
All right. At number 2, Mega Man X4.
Nice. I was like, I don't know. What you gonna say? Yeah.
Out of curiosity, John, what did you think was number 1?
I thought we'd have X4 at number 1.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just swap around. Okay.
Just swap them. So that's interesting because I at least agree with that order, because I am of the opinion that I think I like X4 more than X.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think X4 just has that style to it. It has maybe not a great story or anything like that, but the situations you get into and just the way you have 2 very distinct playthroughs makes it stand out so much. I wish X5 and X6 would have followed after that,
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I think it would have been much stronger for it rather than try to integrate them at the same time, because then you have to do the whole picking who gets upgrades and whatnot. But whatever. X4 is so much fun.
It is. I think we'll talk more about regular X in a moment, but that game gets a lot of flowers, and it deservedly, for establishing all of what X is. And there's no overcoming that. That game, it made the whole series, and so you have to appreciate that. But I think X4 just makes things a little bit more interesting. I think I like a lot more of the designs it has. I like a lot more of its themes. I don't know. I think this is just the cooler game to me.
I mean, I love X4. I'm basically talking about 2 of my babies. Like I love both these games so much. X4 is amazing. It was sort of the first time you could play as Zero, even though I'm a big X guy. Like, it was really cool being able to play the entire campaign as Zero, and he had his own story with Iris and everything. It had his own gameplay. He was more of a close range fighter. The music is fantastic. X4 has my single favorite Mega Man track ever in X's intro stage theme. I love that track so much. It's got cool weapons. It's got and even the story, like. Yeah, you can talk about the voice acting, and it's iconic in its own way, especially X's. But the story was interesting because it really played with some themes that maybe players of that age, when they were growing up with it, weren't ready for. Like, you weren't necessarily always the good guys. You were you're playing as the Maverick Hunters, who were just kind of cyberbullying Repliforce and basically calling them criminals, even though they really kind of weren't.
Well, that's the crazy thing about that. The X4 story gets discussed a lot because it's one of those things where everybody's kind of an idiot.
Yeah.
Like nobody knows what the hell they're doing. It is so just frustrating to see there. But it does play with those themes of compared to X1 through 3, where these Mavericks are obviously bad guys, and now with X4, it's like, are they bad guys?
Like, what's the actual definition of a Maverick?
Yeah,
right?
and Zero plays with that when you get to that series. But with X4, it's like, okay, Repliforce, if you just talked, you'd be fine. You didn't have to go into the aggression just because you were blamed for that. Zero, why are you setting up a meeting with the Colonel and then immediately attacking him? like
Yeah.
to talk. Like
Everyone
why
acts
is-
like a dumbass in that game, and it's
everybody
hilarious.
is so stupid.
Yeah.
I think X is the only one that actually acts normal, but he's also just so minor to his own story that it's like, eh.
Well, and he's also but he's also too rigid. If he like would just step back and talk and think about what a maverick actually is, and maybe not anyone labeled a maverick is actually evil. Like X has his own part to play in the stupidity too, because he's so rigid in his thinking. And if we all just sat down at the table and had some coffee or some snacks and just talked it out, none of this would have had to happen.
And then meanwhile, you have probably the most evil maverick in the series with Magma Dragoon, who took down an entire colony just so he could fight X and Zero,
which is wild. Yeah. Yeah, no, there's so much love about X4. I'm not surprised it's number 2. I wouldn't have been surprised it was number 1. This game is just awesome. It gave us the amazing / terrible voice acting. What am I fighting for? And the only thing I would go back and do better is just don't hire the same voice actor who did Mega Man to play X, because that doesn't make any sense. But everything else
it's
is
part
great.
of what's so iconic, though.
But that's true too. Yeah,
it's cool to look back on this game too, because like in its time, it was like what 1997, 8. It was definitely in that period where we had like Metal Gear Solid, Ocarina of Time, Mario 64, and so like to go for a sprite-based game in that era was quite a daring thing to do. But it's gorgeous going back now.
Oh yeah, it is.
Came out in 97, 4 months before, at least in Japan, 4 months before Legends in Japan.
yeah. But you've got these gorgeous backgrounds, some really great sprite work, and then all the FMVs as well. So I think it's something that's aged really
as
well.
a kid, that was cool. Like being like cutscene, like they had they had bad voice acting, but I didn't notice that as a kid when I first picked up these games. It's like, it's animated. That's so cool.
You get a game and a movie.
Yeah.
Those anime cutscenes were so cool, and it's easy to forget now. But this was like the game that went into Zero's backstory, and this is the game that revealed he was the last creation of Dr. Wily. That was a cool reveal at the time. Like X4 did some really cool stuff with Mega Man lore that we kind of just take for granted now.
Yeah. It's just a lot of fun, a lot of excellent replay value. Again, I think that fun factor is what helps me appreciate it. And I was really like, this was the game. I was like, man, I was very intrigued by what they did with Maverick Hunter X. I really wanted to see how they massage the story more with Maverick Hunter X2, 3, 4, and so forth.
I know. I really loved what Maverick Hunter X did to
missed
remix
the potential of what those could have done.
Yeah, I really wish, and the PSP just wasn't popular at the time.
Yeah,
I wish we had gotten, the original intention was to remake 1 through 6 in the Maverick Hunter style, but it just never materialized because the PSP just wasn't popular at the time.
They should have tried to re-release it on digital storefronts.
Yeah.
So, oh well. All right. Well, shall we get to our number 1 Mega Man game of all time?
Let's do it.
Beating out X4 by 1,381 points.
That's crazy.
It was
think it would be
not
big.
even close.
What?
Did some people only vote for this game and nothing else? How is that possible?
I think it comes down to the fact that everybody just had this on their list.
Yeah.
Like everybody has different Mega Man games they gravitate towards, but anybody who's played this one knows, well, it's one of the best.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty clear what it is. I mean, the only thing I know, people love Mega Man 4 a lot more than I do, so that's like the only other thing I could even think of, but it's not Mega Man 4. It's Mega Man X.
Nothing else is going to be there.
It's Mega Man X. Like, come on. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing else.
At number 1, Mega Man X7. No, I'm kidding. Mega Man.
You had me for, I was like, wait, X what? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the original Mega Man X, which, when you do a poll like this, you can sort of, I think everybody probably figured it was going to be 2 or X. Like these are the pinnacles of the franchise for a lot of people.
This is
I really thought Mega Man 2 would be number 2 and not 3. I didn't think X4 would outdo it.
Yeah. This is like the ultimate like next generation game. PS5 is about to turn 6 years old this year. And like you look at the games it had, and it was like, here's the God of War sequel, here's the Horizon sequel. It's like this is just the same stuff we had last gen. This with like going from Mega Man to Mega Man X though, it's like everything is
Yeah.
amped, you know. Not just the visuals and the music, but the style is just radically different too. I don't think there's any game that just like that screams next generation more than this one.
Yeah, it's just like it just took everything Mega Man was and just pushed it to 11 and just made it, didn't supplant classic Mega Man, but it just completely stood apart. And like now we can wall jump, and now we have upgrades, and we can get and we can not only do the upgrades give you more powers, but they make X look different, and it just felt so cool. Like that first time you fall into the pit in the opening stage, and you realize you can wall jump. It's like that meme moment. It's like, whoa, this changes everything.
And it comes so naturally too. Like, I don't remember being stuck in that pit, being like, "What do I do?" I just sort of jumped into that wall, and it felt normal.
Yeah, it's one of the easier, like you compare the wall jump in X to Super Metroid. It's like, oh my god, this is so nice.
Right.
This is so much easier to do. Yeah, it is so well designed, and it grew up with the players. Because let's say you started with Mega Man 2, you're 8 years old, and when it came out in 88, Mega Man X came out in 93, so you're turning 13.
Yeah.
So it felt like
That
X was growing up with you. It's like,
yeah,
look at this more badass, like angular X who, can charge up his special abilities now and get the new upgrades. It's really cool to see. It's amazing what they do.
This to me is my favorite 2D platformer of all time. There's very little wrong with this game. It's very hard to pick apart because it's just so incredibly tightly designed, and I just love everything about it. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased. X is my favorite character ever, so obviously I'm biased here. But like, even if you take X out of it, like the character, but just you can play as anyone, and this game would still be amazing. It's just made even better by the fact that I love this character.
Yeah.
But this game is just incredible. And the music, Jesus, the music in this game is legendary. Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why there are countless covers of it on YouTube, because it's the soundtrack, even by Mega Man standards, is just legendary.
Yeah. It's just one of those games that if you haven't played, what are you doing? Like, this is like one of those essential games you must have played before you die. Like before you leave planet Earth, you must have played Mega Man X.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. It needs to happen. And you have the Legacy Collection right there. It is on sale constantly. And hey, 3 of the 4 games in that collection ended up in the top 10. That's a pretty good batting average.
Yeah.
It's why everybody found that the X Legacy Collection 2 was a little imbalanced because of, those games that are a little more rough around the edges.
Yeah.
Still cool to have though.
Yeah. X is an interesting sub-series in that it has the highest peaks, but some of the lowest lows in the series.
That is also true. Yeah. It's really weird because I feel like the classic series, there's not really a bad game among them. They're all good to great, but man, X series is the top of the top, but also the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Like X6 and 7 are 2 of the worst video games I've ever played in my life.
We touched upon Maverick Hunter a little bit earlier, but that's a really cool alternative way to play.
It is, yeah.
X. You get a bit more story. You get some pretty cool visuals. I think that's just a really nice way to play. Maybe like a second playthrough.
It messes with you too if you're a longtime fan, because I remember picking that game up, going to Chill Penguin and not finding the dash boots, and I'm like, where the hell are they? I went through so much of that game without the dash boots because I had no idea where they hid it.
I love how they mess with fans. It ended up being in Storm Eagle stage, right? The dash boots, or was it? I can't remember.
I forget. It's been too long since I played.
But I love how they mess with fans. But they also add like great voice acting. Mark Gatha, he's retired now, but he's always been my favorite voice for X, and I wish he'd come back for future games because he was so good. But all the voice acting was great. The new story elements they added were cool. I wish we could have gotten X2 through 6 redone in that style.
Yeah. That's such a big loss, but
yeah,
either way, X is just like I forget exactly where it ended up in the overall, like, because this was in the conversation of greatest games of all time when we were going through it.
Yeah.
And I can't remember where that was.
Nor can I.
Let's see if I can find it real quick. Okay. Nope, that's not the right one. Where the hell is it? I'm trying to find. Here we go. In the greatest of all time list that we did before, it ended up at 99. So it was in the top 100 games of all time for Corny
That's
R
too
fans.
low.
It is pretty low, isn't it?
That's
But
It is
way
pretty
too low for me.
I think it goes to show that more of you need to play Mega Man X.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, like I'm not going to sit here and be like it should be number 1, but number 99 is too low. That's crazy.
There were a lot of good games on that list, but yeah, it is definitely too low.
Yeah, just a bit. But yeah, there is our top 10 Mega Man games of all time. With the little bit of time we have remaining, why don't we run down through the top 50?
I'm so curious.
See how you guys feel about these. So I said at the beginning that number 11 only missed out on the top 10 by 1 point.
Yeah.
Oh,
Any
wow,
guesses what that game was?
Uh,
What just missed the top 10?
I'll say Mega Man 4.
Legends 2? I'm not sure.
At number 11, Mega Man 7.
7 really got that high?
Yeah,
Whoa.
Mega Man
I'm so
7
happy to
at
hear
number
that.
11.
Other people love 7. There are dozens of us. Yes. Yeah.
Seven's up there. Actually, 7 is, I think, my number 6 Mega Man game right now for my personal ranking.
Mega Man 7 rules. I'm so
it's one
happy
of those-
that it got 11. That's great.
It felt weird at the time because of the style shift was so different and you felt slower
Yeah.
than the older Mega Man games or the NES Mega Man games. But I think once you get into its level and how it feels, it really does click. And there's a lot of really fun stuff in there.
And the sprite animation is like some of the best on the Super NES. It's so good.
Really impressive stuff.
And as Shellshock mentions, that game was made in 3 months, which is crazy.
That I
It just
did
goes
not know
ridiculous.
that. That's insane.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Dang.
Okay. Number 12, Mega Man 4.
Okay. I figured 4 would be pretty high.
Yeah. 4 is pretty fun. It's definitely up there. You get your second castle, which
Yeah,
much better way to extend the gameplay.
for sure.
Number 13, Mega Man Legends 2.
Oh, just barely missed out on the top 10.
Yeah, didn't quite make it in.
I'm just glad a Legends game made it to the top 10.
Yeah.
Me too. I would have been
Yeah.
a little upset if Legends did not make it in.
Yeah.
Number 14, Mega Man 02.
Okay.
Okay.
Great game. Yeah.
Yep. Number 15, Mega Man 6.
Nice. I'm glad 6 got as high as it did.
6 is a good time.
Really
6 has
underrated.
been one of my favorite Mega Mans for a while.
Has
Yeah.
5 shown up yet?
I'm waiting for
it-
5. That's one of my
it is-
favorites. Yeah.
5 has not shown up yet. 5
Okay.
tends to get forgotten compared to the
No one
others.
likes 5 except me. Yeah.
Number 16, Mega Man 10.
Mhm.
Nice. I love Mega Man 10. I'm one of the few that likes it more than 9, even though
Where
I
else
love
i-
both.
Where else are you going to get Sheep Man?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And you can play his bass, 8-bit bass. That was cool.
True.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. At number 17, Mega Man Star Force 3.
Nice. It made the top 20. I'm glad to hear that.
Did make the top 20.
Nice.
At number 18, Mega Man 04.
Nice.
Mhm.
That's a great game.
At number 19, Mega Man ZX.
Okay.
I'm kind of surprised by that, actually, that it got that high. Okay, cool.
Oh, okay. And at number 20, Mega Man 0.
All right.
Okay.
Here's what I love about this. Within the top 20, you have every sub-series represented.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's really rad.
Yeah.
That's
Really
so good.
cool to see Star Force getting it. Star Force 3 getting the credit it deserves.
Yeah. It's a lot of classics in there. But for the fact that everything got at least in the top 20, I think is a good kind of a good sign for it. So that's
Yeah.
quite fun. Let's get beyond the top 20 with number 21, Mega Man Battle Network 6.
Okay. I thought it would chart a little higher, actually, but yeah, it deserves it.
Maybe people are playing them in order, so they take,
Yeah,
it
maybe.
takes a while to get the
Less
steps.
people would have played that one. Yeah.
Yeah. At number 22, Mega Man Star Force 1.
Mhm.
That is kind of surprising, actually. Huh.
I don't hear how Star Force 1 and 2 compare to each other. So
One's really good. Two's, Two's not great.
Oh,
but one I like a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, three's the peak.
Interesting. 23, Mega Man 8.
Okay, all right.
Very solid. 24, Mega Man X3.
All right.
Pretty
Another
far
good
back.
game.
Yeah, a little pretty far back on that one. Number 25, Mega Man ZX Advent.
Interesting.
Not a bad showing for the ZX games, honestly.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Number 26, here is Mega Man 5.
That's Mega Man.
Okay.
You know what? I'm just glad it made the top 30. No one likes Mega Man 5 except me, but I love that game. You got
Mega Man
Proto
5 is
or,
fine.
Fake evil Proto Man. That was cool.
Yeah, I have 5 kind of
And
low.
amazing music.
Yeah. At number 27, losing out to Mega Man 5 by 1 point, Mega Man Battle Network 2.
Oh, okay. Interesting. The one with the crazy localization, as you got to experience recently, Derrick.
Yeah, the guy on the plane.
They went crazy with that localization. I can't
Good
believe they got away with what they did. Yeah.
So weird. 2's biggest issue is its penultimate mission where you just have to run across the entire net. That soured that game so hard for me.
You're just a baby, man. You got to go suck your mama's milk or whatever he says. Stop being a baby about it.
If you gave me a map, I'd get beyond this a lot easier, but having to go across the entire damn internet.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Oh God. Number 28, Mega Man Battle Network 5.
Okay. I like Battle Network 5 a lot.
I've heard good things, but I've
it's a great game.
not gotten there yet. 29, Mega Man X5.
I'm surprised it's even made. Well, I guess we're at number 30 on that. X5 just kind of sucks. Well, it's just mid. No, it doesn't suck. It's mid.
X5 is fine.
Yeah, it's just mid. Yeah.
It has its issues. Let's see, where was I? Number 30, The Misadventures of Tron Bon.
Cool game.
Oh, fun. Yeah,
Severe
cool
lack of Game Boy Mega Man.
That is true.
What happened to Game Boy Mega Man 5? One of the best. That's true.
This is good. You guys need to use those NSO accounts. Mega Man 5 on Game Boy is right there on the Game Boy.
4 and 5 both are really good on Game Boy. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 31, Mega Man the original Mega Man Battle Network.
All right.
Okay.
And at 32, it beat out it lost the Battle Network by 1 point. Mega Man 5 on Game Boy.
Oh, there
Okay,
it is.
yeah.
Okay. That should be way higher.
Yeah, it's better than a bunch of games that have been said already.
Yeah. That should be, honestly, it should be in the top 10. But yeah.
It's definitely up there. It's in my top 10.
Yeah, mine too.
It's a lot of fun. Let's see. At number 33, the original Mega Man.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep. 34, Maverick Hunter X.
Ah, okay.
Cool game.
Which we've talked about a little bit.
Yeah.
Fittingly enough, at 35, Mega Man Powered Up.
Yeah.
Oh, right behind.
Ash and I did a
Maverick Hunter X.
discussion on this a while ago.
Yeah.
That's a really ambitious one.
Yeah, I've not played it before. I picked up Maverick Hunter X, but the art style of Powered Up made me not pick it up at the time.
Oh, it's so fun. It's so chibi and cute.
I think it was that, and plus the fact that it just felt, well, as John said, very tile-ish.
Yeah, but
Sure.
there's a lot of cool extra stuff. There's like a level builder with like online sharing. It's a really, really just packed game.
It was ahead of its time. I mean, as we did in our video, John, it was kind of Super Mario Maker before Mario Maker.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah. And you could
I'm
like
looking
share
forward-
levels online. Plus you could play as all the bosses. They added 2 new Robot Masters. You could play as all 8 of them.
Yeah.
Really fun voice acting. Powered Up's
Yeah.
cool. You should give it a look, Derek.
Oh, I will. I mean, it's
Well,
coming up.
It's coming up. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's coming up. Still a little ways off yet for me. I won't be getting to that until that came out after Maverick Hunter X, and right before ZX. So,
Right.
weird.
Interesting how the 2 PSP games ended up right next to each other.
Yeah. Powered Up did not come out until after Network 6.
Oh, wow.
It's wild where these games were released in relation to each other.
Yeah.
But I am looking forward to visiting that. Definitely going to try to unlock all the Robot Masters, and probably going to be putting a bit of time into that one just so I can see all of them, since you can get through one playthrough session, really.
Yeah, there's a lot of replayability because the game is short and there are so many different characters you can play as. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't Proto Man also broken as hell in that one? Like, unlike what he is in
Yeah,
9, he's just
yeah,
like,
he has
no,
like
I
a
have like
crazy charge
always
shot,
charge
and
shot.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty. Yeah, yeah.
At 36, we have a tie between Mega Man and Base and Mega Man X8.
I'm surprised that Mega Man and Base is even in the top 50. To be honest,
Yeah.
I actually came away like I came into Mega Man and Base hearing so much crap about it. I'm like, oh boy, I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure what I'm in for. And granted, I played the Super Nintendo version, so I didn't have to deal with the screen crunch. But it wasn't as bad as I thought. I came out of that. I was like, you know what? I
it's
kind of
not a.
enjoyed that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I think it's a bit overhated. Like, it's
Yeah,
not a great game, but it's not a terrible one.
it's not as hard as people make it out to be.
Right, right. But Mega Man X8 should be higher than X5. That's some nasty work.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Yeah,
X8 is that
I
low.
think it's because people have just not played X8.
Maybe, yeah.
I think I mean I haven't played it either, but I've heard it's probably the best of that second half.
Oh, that easily the best of the second half of the series. Which, to be fair, is the bars in hell. But yeah, it's a pretty good game. Yeah.
Oh goodness. At number 38, here's a game that you could add into the network of the Legends collection if you wanted to fill it out a bit. Mega Man X Command Mission.
Huh.
That'd be interesting to get re-release.
Yeah.
I've never played Command Mission. I saw it. I remember seeing it in the store before, like on PS2, and like, yeah, I'll skip it. I just didn't get it.
The best thing about it is X's armor design with his cool ass scarf. Like, he looks so cool in that game, but the game itself is so mid.
Yeah.
I've heard.
It's just so mid. Yeah,
It's built off the Breath of Fire 5 engine, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, there's just nothing to recommend it other than even the music is for Mega Man, which for Mega Man is crazy. But at least, yeah, X's armor design, super cool. Bring it back. But yeah, the game itself is just meh.
Yeah. At 39, Mega Man: The Wily Wars,
All right. Cool.
which much
I
more
think I
widely
like these
available
games
thanks
more
to
than most.
NSO.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fine for it's interesting different versions of the original games. Plus, Wily Tower does add a lot of like not a lot, but it's fun to go through.
They don't replace the originals, but they're interesting alternate versions of the originals.
It's Mario All Stars.
Yeah,
I don't prefer to play Mario 1 and Mario All Stars, but I like that it exists. You know, it's a neat alternative.
Yeah.
But I do really like Mega Man Sprite in the Wily Wars. I like the way he looks on it. Yeah.
It's nice. At number 40, Mega Man Star Force 2.
Star Force 2 charting at all is crazy to me. But yeah.
Well, I think as you see, as we're going to get here, it's time to get into some weird picks as we're going along. This is where it's like, okay, we got all the major ones for the most part, and you know we still have some really bad ones there.
I'm curious what the last 10 are. Yeah.
Still no soccer though. Where's Mega Man Soccer?
I know, right?
It's not arrived yet. At 41, Mega Man 2: The Power Fighters.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
It's a neat.
I put it over Star Force 2 personally, but yeah.
You'd think it'd be a fighting game, but it's really just boss fights.
Yeah, it is.
Reimagined boss fights, which is
boss rush,
in its only way. I think Power Fighters is where you first got your first hint that Zero was made by Wily.
Oh.
Did Power Fighters come out before X4?
I believe so. Let me double check on that one.
Oh wow, yeah. If so, that's crazy that they seeded that in an arcade game before.
Yeah, it did. Power Fighters
4.
came out in 96.
Whoa.
That's
X4
crazy.
in 97, exactly a year apart.
So they seeded that in an arcade game of all things before exploring it more in X4. That's nuts.
Yeah, Wily's basically telling Base like, I'm making something better than you anyway.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's crazy. Cool. Huh.
Yeah. At 42, Mega Man Battle Network 4.
You know what? Battle Network 4 should just be lucky to be in the room because it's a crappy ass
game. I am very curious what I'm in for when I get to that game.
It's so bad. Oh god, it's so bad.
It's still a ways off yet. I'm not getting to Battle Network 4 until for a while. Actually, there's a lot of games in between Network 3 and Network 4. It's weird.
Yeah.
That includes X7 and 02. So I'm going to be going all over the place.
Oh Lord. You're in for a bumpy ride in terms of quality. It's so up and down from where you are. Yeah.
Yep. At 43, we have a tie between Mega Man X6 and Street Fighter Cross Mega Man.
I don't even know what to make of that. Mega Man X6 is such a bad game. Yeah.
You know what the funny thing is, when I started playing X6, it's like, this isn't so bad. This isn't so bad. Then you get further and further. It's like,
yeah,
oh, why'd they do that? Oh, why'd they do that?
I don't know what they were thinking. Yeah,
I did, but everybody says you should get like, it's just for an easier time. But if you want to, succeed in that game, you got to do like X's special armor or whatever if you're going to even beat it.
Yeah, just play as Ultimate Armor X. That's probably the least bad way to play that game.
I played it without Ultimate Armor. I played legit and I beat it, and it's fine. It's not great, but it's not,
Really good soundtrack, though. I'll give it that. Really good soundtrack.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Street Fighter Cross Mega Man, I haven't played that since it originally came out, and that was when I was really bad at Mega Man, so I don't have much of an opinion on that.
I played it. It's fine. Yeah. It is what it is. It's Street Fighter Cross Mega Man.
It got the fact that it was picked up by Capcom is so.
And that was during the Dark Ages too. It was so frustrating for Capcom to pick it up as an official game, but not just make a game themselves too.
Yeah, so funny. At 45, here you go, John. Mega Man Soccer.
There it is. Okay,
number one.
It is soccer. That's really what it comes down to. It's just soccer.
There's little Mega Man about it. Yeah.
At 46, Mega Man 4 on the Game Boy.
It should be way higher.
It should be higher, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should definitely be at least.
Mega Man 4 Game Boy is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where you can start feeling the quality come in for the.
This should be like top 20, honestly.
I don't know if I put it that high, but
no, okay.
I think it's better than everything in the 20 to 30 range.
Yeah. Top 30. I can agree with top 30. All right. At number 47, Mega Man Network Transmission.
Cool little game. Weird, but cool little game with a legendary soundtrack. One of the GameCube's best soundtracks, period.
I have it. I have not touched it. I'm very curious what it's going to be like, because it's funny that it takes place between, I believe, is it 1 and 2 or 2 and 3?
Well, it's 1 and 2.
Yeah, but it came out after 3, so that's just funny.
It's basically if you cross like Battle Network mechanics with a platformer Mega Man. It's like 2D Mega Man with battle chips and Battle Network mechanics.
I am so curious how that's going to work.
Yeah, I mean the localization is terrible, but I like the game itself. It's kind of a weird little experiment. Yeah.
At 48, Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge.
I'm surprised this is charting higher than Mega Man 3 Game Boy, because 3 is so much better than 1.
Yeah, I think it's just that people actually played the first one, but not bothered getting to 3.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it comes down to. At number 49, Mega Man The Power Battle, the original arcade game.
All right.
And finally, at number 50, and I feel like this was done just to troll me, Mega Man DOS.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny that DOS made the top 50.
We still have other options, right?
There's a lot of other options. There's better options.
I'm honestly surprised that X7 didn't get into the top 50 as just like a troll meme vote.
Yep. No, the troll meme vote was Mega Man DOS. Oh God, there's so many better options than that. I don't know. I don't know why.
That's the fact that DOS got in over like Mega Man 3 Game Boy is nuts.
Yeah.
Are there? I guess there are no classic games that weren't represented though, other than the Game Boy games. But I guess everything made it. Yeah.
All the console classic games got represented. Pretty much, other than X, I think all the mainline games got represented in their series.
Yeah, I guess X7 is the only one missing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no one's missing it. I mean, it doesn't deserve to be in the top 50. So
unlike Mega Man DOS, of course, which does.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that totally deserves to be in the top 50.
Where did X7 chart? I'm just curious.
At 53.
Oh, okay.
So I will quickly run through just the next little bit that DOS beat out. Mega Man 2 Game Boy, Mega Man X Dive online/offline. I just included both versions. X7, Extreme 2, Rockman.exe, Operate Shooting Star, Extreme, Battle and Chase, Battle Chip Challenge, Battle Network 4.5, Real Operation, and then Mega Man 3 Game Boy.
Man, 3 Game Boy, it's not that bad, y'all. Jeez, go play it. It's actually pretty good.
I'm almost more offended that the Taiwanese Rockman strategy got 59.
That's
that's an insult.
Yeah. But then, yeah, I'd put Mega Man 3 Game Boy over anything in the 50 to 41 range, and probably the 40 to 31 range, except for Mega Man 5.
I didn't go through it to figure out which ones they were, but 19 Mega Man games did not get a single vote.
Okay,
but
probably like a lot of the weird like mobile games.
Yeah,
you say that, but then there's votes for Roll Chando 15 panel and Rockman Bug Sweeper and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Yeah,
but that is our top 10 list and top 50 list of Mega Man games, all voted on by you. So I think that's a pretty solid list. Again, I'm very happy with the top 20. How every series got representation.
Yeah.
I love that 7 and Star Force 3 got their flowers from our audience. That's great.
Yeah, great stuff. But yeah, that is the list. And I saw the question here from Shell Shock, is that's the last top 10 for a while? Yeah, we maybe we'll come back in maybe for October we'll do a top 10 Castlevania games. Treat me, give me
that'd be fun.
Especially if Belmont's Curse is out by that point. That'd be fun to add that in.
Yeah.
So they have it.
They probably will be, I would think. That'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe in October, but definitely not over the summer. And we're not going to come back in any real shape or form until next year, when we're going to be doing our top 10 soundtracks of all time, going year by year for that one. So
that's going to be a bloodbath. I can't wait. I can't wait.
I'm already getting stipulations. Does it matter? The re-releases count. So it's re-released, this game into this year. Does that count? It's like, oh God, I got to make sure to have these rules iron tight.
Yeah. I can't wait. That's going to be an absolute just slaughter fest.
Yep. It'd be interesting for sure. But yeah, that is our lineup. Thank you all so much for watching. And yeah, thank you. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Enjoying the little break from the top 10s. I know they were getting to be a lot, but I think it was fun to come back to this. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to GVG, hitting the like button and ringing that bell. We also have a Patreon at patreon.com/GVGaming with plenty of extra perks. So until next time, bye.
Bye.